So this is the fuse box we're going to install. There's 4 fuses in there. You've got power and ground leads go straight to the battery, and then the turn on relay, which is built into that box, goes to a switched power supply, so when you hit the key, this powers up. This is the fuse box we bought off Amazon. This part number, and that switched power supply is coming off of this unused fuse in the factory fuse panel that we are taking apart. The wiring, there's 2 tabs right down in here, one there and one there. These 2 lugs are tied together, and you got to release both of those and push those back through the other side. So this is the lug that had the 7.5 amp fuse. This was the 10 amp fuse. That's not doing anything. There's no crimp connector on that side, so what I did was solder a section of wire here and left a lead coming out to the switch supply on the fuse panel that we're putting in. Wiring's going to route down through that gap between the tank and the battery box, and then if you can see, there is a hole down here in the bottom, so we're going to pull these 4 screws out, lift that up just a little bit, and run the wiring up through there so everything's tucked away nice and clean. And then this will just sit on top of the battery, and that strap, the battery strap, is just long enough to stretch and actually hold that right on top of the battery, and it fits perfect in there with no seat clearance issues. That's what we ended up with for that joint. A couple things: you got to make sure that this wire coming out of here is very straight, so it doesn't, otherwise it's hard to get back in the thing, and make sure that you're down below the cutout right there, because that's where the locking tab snaps in, and you don't want to obstruct that or the blade, the fuse blade. Okay, so this is the finished product. 4-gang fuse panel, screws, power and grounds go into each one of these. The cover comes off, there's fuses inside. Got it wired around through here, hidden underneath, comes up into this unused fuse for its turn-on source. I also added an extra wire just with a bullet connector on there in case I ever want to add something else onto that 10 amp supply, which I don't know why you'd want to, but just in case, it's there. And then everything's tucked up nice and neat, and seat fits on there perfectly. Power comes on, those fuses light up, so these now are additional power supplies.